Hi, I'm Jessica Amir for the Finance News Network. Joining us now over the phone from graphite producer Bass Metals is CEO Tim McManus. Hi Tim, welcome back.
Thanks, Jessica.
So can you start with an update on Graphmata?
Yeah, Graphmata, our flagship project in Madagascar, is a refurbishing mine. We're in the process of optimising and replacing equipment and our flow sheet. That way we can look towards 6,000 tonnes per annum next year, and with a small ramp up in the first quarter of 2018.
And Tim, following the completion of the optimisation and refurbishment of the plant, what are you targeting in production?
Yeah, in the first quarter we'll be looking at a slow ramp up. We're a sort of slow and steady producer. We're there for the long term. We have 40-year mining leases and long-term landholder agreements. So we will take the first few months steady as she goes, and then from there we'll look to ramp up to 500 tonnes per month in stage one, and then at the same time next year we'll be doing our studies to go to 20,000 tonnes per annum.
Tim, now to sales and prices. You've had some great news on the sales front. Where are you finding buyers?
We're getting a lot of inquiries at the moment from all over the world. We've had a lot of inquiries from Japan, Europe, the States, and our investors would have seen recently an agreement with Fossil in Europe for 3,000 tonnes per annum starting next year, and that's a great way for us to start. That's 50% of our stage one production. We can grow from there with them in Europe and still look to put product into the US with our existing customers.
And Tim, what about prices and demand?
Well, we've been pretty lucky there too. The prices have really taken off in the last couple of quarters. China has had some significant difficulties with environmental legislation and inspections, and that's really seen the large flake mines in China close for a period of time, if not permanently. So we see our refurbishment of Graphmata and our move to stage two of the 20,000 tonnes per annum as almost the perfect timing for us. Prices have grown 10% month on month for the last sort of couple of quarters, so it's really ideal timing.
Tim, moving to exploration, can you give us an update?
Yeah, our project to the north, Andapa, we're currently out there drilling some of the large outcrops of graphite that we have there. We'll have samples in the lab and results likely at the end of this month, if not early next. We'll be looking at the southern deposits at Graphmata and looking to drill those next year and expand our resource inventory for the Graphmata infrastructure.
And Tim, what's happening at your lithium project?
Yeah, our lithium project, Millie's Reward, it's a really interesting project. We have finished our due diligence now, and during that due diligence we saw samples of 6 to 7% lithium in spodumene. Very exciting results. We will likely finish our contracts this November, and then we'll be going straight into exploration so that we can define a drill program for next year.
Well, very exciting stuff. Last question now. What can investors look out for in terms of news flow over the next couple of quarters?
Well, there's a lot. There's the commencement of drying operations at Graphmata. We're 80% complete there with the dryer construction. We're now just putting in the electricals. Then there's the process plant startup, the recommencement of mining, some further offtake agreements, back into Andapa and the southern deposits at Graphmata, and then Millie's Reward. So there's a lot going on in the company, and we expect quite a bit of news flow from that.
Well, Tim McManus, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for the update.
Thank you, Jessica.